And what if the future could actually be everything that we hope for, but not what we've expected? Maybe it's not the flying cars that are missing in the future. Maybe it's rewilding our cities and making space in our urban skies for wild species of birds. Maybe the future can be all these things that we hope for, but it just won't be what we expect. We are here on Earth together, so very temporary, yet all we do today will echo forward. Each of us has an impact, because future is shaped not just by our actions, but also by our apathy. Whatever that we disengage with has an impact too. Whenever we resign to the status quo, to predetermined reality and say that this is the only way that things can be done because that's the only way that things have been done, it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. We cannot give up.
Right now, we're all being convinced to surrender tons of information about ourselves under the idea that generative AI is going to make our lives easier. Bigger does not equal better. There is a belief that bigger data sets are going to lead to these better AI outputs. But is this good art? Like, really? Do we think this is good? Because I don't think this is very good. I think this looks pretty hokey and cheesy. And my question is, better for whom? What future are we building with this?
We're noticing that nature is changing much faster than we have ever anticipated. Climate change is going at a rate that we're not able to manage. We have governance becoming more and more obsolete because they are paralyzed with what is changing right now. Then you have the business, the big tech, they are going at rates that are much faster than we have anticipated, and so is technology. So our world today isn't at a state of resiliency. So my question is, how do you bring back that level of resiliency that we need, that stability that we need in our world?
Little real time for yourself, for your family, for the things that you love to do. A busy life, a lot of consumption. Do you stop for once? Do you take in your surroundings?
What did we forget about our origins? How can we remember it? What did we forget about our horizons, where we were going? How can we remember it? I love these words because, different than to think about past and future, origins and horizons, they don't have a direction. Maybe your origins are still ahead, in a place that you're still gonna find. Maybe the horizons that you are searching for, they are in a place that you already lived. You need to come back there to grab and find it.
There is this word from Montserrat Roig, a beautiful Catalan writer, who said, si hi ha un acte d'amor, aquest és la memòria. If there is an act of love, it is to remember. And the question that I want you to have in your minds is that a map at the end is a way to render the world, but also a way to remember it. And if we frame it with this idea of love and humanity, it can actually change the way we perceive the new maps, the new renders.
Innovation is one of those areas that unfortunately is dominated by a particular demographic of person. In 2019, they published this paper that basically was able to quantify what the United States was losing out by not having women, people of minoritized background, and the children from low-income families, but they were not inventing at the same rate as men, boys, from the top 1% of earners. And if the US was able to solve this massive challenge, then the rate of innovation in the United States would quadruple, which is quite impressive.
Every time I take part in an action, every time I go and play a game, that is participation, because either way, I will tell how I feel. And telling how I feel is communicating, and communicating is participating. So I really welcome you all to reflect on how participation is going on in your country. And are you actually valuing young people? Or are you only writing that they are important, and then you don't really say how they are important?